Good afternoon. After we've been discussed the problems in our community, such as garbage disposal, using computer during class hours, and selling of cigarettes and liquors to minors, we all vote, and the selling of cigarettes and liquors got the highest vote. So, you're wondering why most of us choose it. Well, let me just answer it by telling the disadvantages. The first one, people die. Yeah, people die at very young age. It necessarily isn't good for the health. The plaque that smoking can accumulate and have tremendous effect in the heart and in the lungs. That comes to lung cancer and heart attack. The second, cigarettes and liquors next to addiction. Smoking and drinking are one devices that makes the drugs. When minors started to try, they will be interested to try something better and something new.
The third one is poor study habits. Instead of studying, their attention will be focused on smoking and drinking. Teens do drinking even weekdays, ignoring their class on the next day. That's why this destroyed their future. The next one is weakened family relation. Instead of buying the needs of the family, they will spend the money on cigarettes and liquors, and sometimes it causes quarrel that comes up to separation. Sad to say, nowadays, young criminals increases because when they want something, they will do everything, like theft and gambling. So, if we cannot prevent this problem, everyone will be benefited. That's all, team.
Good afternoon to each and every one of you, most especially to our visitor from Project Citizen. We are glad and very much honored that you are with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, we are standing here in front of you to discuss the existing policy on how to prevent illegal selling of cigarettes and liquors to minors. But before that, I want first to introduce myself. I am Janaika Rasibiliesa for the existing policy. Now, let me ask you this. Are you aware that there is an existing policy on illegal selling of liquors and intoxicating kinds of drinks to minors? There is an existing policy about it. But before I discuss it further, let me first define what is an existing policy. An existing policy consists of a set of ideas that guides a course of action or a procedure in dealing public issues and problems. Now, how does it help our community? Of course, in every organization, it is important that we have an existing policy that members should be followed. Because of this, it will bring out the uniformity and cooperation towards one goal, just like the pictures here in our portfolio. As you can see, there are many teenagers who are united with each other. It's because they follow the existing policy in their community or in their school. As the first group discussed our problem, and yet this is all about illegal selling of liquors and cigarettes, let us discuss to you the existing policy that we do. For the first rule,
Post hotline number is a community that can use a concerned citizen
to report to the authorities who's violated the ordinance, the anti-smoking drug campaign. For a second violation of the said offense, the offender should pay of 500 pesos as penalty. Likewise, out of school youth to minors who are still in school. Parental guidance is advised.
For the third offense, the seller will be prosecuted in illegal selling of cigarettes and liquors to minors. They will be in jail for 3 to 5 days and they will be fined 1,000 pesos before in his release. To minor offenders, the SSG officers will undergo connection, rehabilitation, or suspension from class for 3 to 5 days, and there will be strongly advised for their parents and advisor. For the fourth rule, for the persistent offenders, both seller and minors violator will be put behind for 1 to 3 years without bail. And for the fifth rule, SSG officers will coordinate to barangay officials to encourage the owner not to sell cigarettes and liquors to minors. Instead, they will advise to sell nutritious food and drinks. And for the sixth rule, the store owner will undergo orientation and they will be advised to enforce the ordinance immediately after it was approved by the council by the presence of the SSG officers.
The remaining group will going to discuss the proposed and action plan to make these existing policies a law. Once again, good afternoon. Thank you.
A blessed and pleasant afternoon. In behalf of our school, our principal, and our SSG advisor, we are glad to be part of this project Citizen Philippines. In this presentation, we will talk about our suggestion that we want to grant by our government. We all know that nowadays, there are different policies that we follow. But if we will think deeper, are these rules and regulation of this policy are enough to maintain a well-productive citizens and progressive community? This is the reason why we made this proposed policy. Based on the problem that given, this is the policy that we made. Creation of Barangay Task Force for strict implementation of selling cigarettes and liquors to minors. In this proposed policy, there are advantages and disadvantages that may happen. On the part of the advantages, the first one is peace and order. Peace and order is an essential ingredient to maintaining economic development, progress, and social order. A condition of peace and order facilitates the growth of investments and attracts more tourists.